back, students, to Apala Online Pathshala. I'm here to explain you chapter 2, that's glimpses of the past. Here you can see some pictorial glimpses of the history of our country from 1757 to 1857. These pictures and speech bubbles will help you to clarify your understanding of the condition that led to the event known as the First War of Independence in 1857. Glimpses means jhalak. Look at picture first and recall the opening lines of the original song in Hindi. Who is the singer? Who else do you see in this picture? Tell me. The opening lines of the original song are
है मेरे वतन के लोगों जरा आँख में भर लो पानी जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी.
Yes, the singer is Lata Mangeshkar. She is one of the best known and most respected playback singers in India. She is known as the Nightingale of Bollywood. We can see the then Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru ji, the Deputy Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri ji and Srimati Indira Gandhi, who later became Prime Minister. In the second picture, what do you understand by the company's superior weapons? Company's superior weapons means they are more advanced guns and artillery. So the period between 1757 and 1857 is depicted in this lesson. The British initially came to India as traders, but gradually after the decline of the Mughal Empire, they began to gain political and territorial prominence. The constantly quarreling Indian rulers helped them annex territories easily, employing the policies of divide and rule. The superior weapons and better planning put them much ahead of native rulers who had no vision and policy beyond their own narrow interest. The British began extending their power in India in the mid-18th century. The British were able to subdue the Indian princes on account of their superior weapons and the princes' own short-sightedness in taking help of the people of Britain to resolve their quarrels. People were fed up with the constant quarrels among the Indian princely states. They wanted peace and normalcy. They also needed a strong administration that would see to their welfare and ensure their progress. So they welcomed the British expansion in India. That was a great mistake of Indians. But some Indians were unhappy with the British, for they had dethroned their kings or killed them. They felt that they had become slaves of foreigners who did not respect the religion and customs. But Tipu Sultan of Mysore, he never accepted British presence in India. He was far-sighted and saw through the British design to gain political power in India. He neither sought help from the British nor backed away from fighting them in the battlefield. Next part, you can see British rule, the period from 1765 to 1836. Religious leaders preached ideas like untouchability and child marriage. So the social and economic condition in India was very bad. Deplorable practices like child marriage and untouchability were being taught by religious leaders. Indians lost their self-respect and British looked down upon them as illiterate, uncivilized people. The farmers and the artisans suffered the most. Heavy taxes ruined the farmers. Indian cottage craft were discouraged, while British import were exempted from tax and flooded the market at much cheaper rates. The British employed every means. They tried every way to make profits depriving the Indians of their livelihood. Next, the period between 1772 to 1833. You can see in the picture Ram Mohan Roy, a learned man from Bengal, understood what was wrong with the country. Ram Mohan Roy understood the problems that existed in our society. He took upon himself to reform Indian society and remove its ills. He taught people about the religious tolerance, to respect each other's religion and practical use of knowledge. He visited England and urged the British rulers to perform their duty for their Indian subjects. He published newspapers in India to spread awareness among people and speak publicly against British excesses. But the British didn't listen. They continued to oppress Indians. In 1818, they had passed Regulation 3rd. Under it, an Indian could be jailed without trial in a court. British officers were given large salaries. British traders made large profits, and by 1829, Britain was exporting goods worth 7 crore rupees every year to India. These goods were made in British factories using very cheap raw material shipped from India. Indian textile industry collapsed and weavers died of starvation. Thus, while Indian industries lay in ruins, the British industries flourished. Weavers means cloth makers, and starvation means death due to hunger. What was the result? Discontent and opposition to British rule. From the period of 1835 to 1856, Persian and Sanskrit was the medium of education in India at that time. Lord Macaulay proposed English as medium of education to prepare a population of clerks who could assist, means help the British in administrating India. This was accepted and carried out. This served the British cause but also created a new sanction of intellectuals. तो इससे क्या हुआ? ब्रिटिश का उद्देश्य तो पूरा हुआ, लेकिन साथ ही हमारे देश में बुद्धिजीवियों की एक नई पीढ़ी भी उत्पन्न हुई. Some of them attempted to educate the masses, while some conveyed the grievances of Indians to the British rulers in their parliament. इनमें से कुछ लोगों ने जनसाधारण को शिक्षित करने का प्रयास किया, तो कुछ ने भारतीयों की शिकायत को ब्रिटिश संसद तक पहुंचाने का प्रयास किया. In 1856, British rule extended all over India. Their oppression and exploitation was at their peak. The people's needs were ignored. Indians now wanted the British out of their country. Indians were fed up of their torture. So what happened later on, I will tell you. Let's meet in the next video. Goodbye.